Okay.
All right, so we're recording this. Somehow, this is gonna be like our company SharePoint somehow. So I gotta find a way once I get it all set up.
Yeah, I thought you're Microsoft Teams guy.
Yeah, I was gonna just do like my personal Gmail, Google Meet, but I had to like pay for like be able to record. So I
See,
figured
I thought you
this
were a
would be,
Zoom guy.
this is just what I know. So
You give big Zoom guy energy.
no, thank you. All right, I'm gonna get the stopwatch going. I'm gonna start it once I give you my topic, and as soon as you start talking,
Yada
I'll
yada yada
start. I'll
yada.
start it.
Let's go.
All right. All right, Gunnar, for last place, we're doing a 13-week podcast session. Every league member will get to pick a topic.
Are you
Gunnar
recording right
will
now?
Gunnar
Okay.
will not know what the topic is until right now. And being the great league commissioner that I am choosing the first topic.
I wonder if it's
And
quiet.
Gunnar, what you have to talk about for 7 minutes and 6 seconds, mostly by yourself, is give us your thoughts on the obesity pandemic in America and what are some ways that you can combat it? How can you help fix
How can
obesity in
I
America?
personally,
Yep, especially among the youth.
especially among the youth? Okay. Um, well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for allowing me to be here today and for the next 13 weeks. Um, I'm a little nervous now. I wasn't nervous until you asked the question. Now I'm feeling nervous. Okay. Obesity. Well, it's definitely a problem in America. And this is one of the things, this is going to sound like a flex, but I've been abroad a couple times. Paris, shout out T-Bird, DJ, and Chase. Rome, twice. And everyone's really fit there, when you go abroad. But I don't think they lift. Like, we walk around, can I swear?
Yeah.
There's no, well, there's no fucking gyms anywhere. Like, anywhere. Um, so, that tells me right away it's what we eat. And, I mean, I, before I came in this room to do this podcast with you, Ryan, I grabbed a coffee mug from my cupboard, and I filled it up to the brim with animal crackers. You think they're doing that in Paris, in Rome? No. They're what are they probably having a coffee right now, um, which curbs your appetite. So drinking more caffeine maybe too. They like coffee in those places. So the more coffee they drink, the less they eat. Maybe that's something else. But I think it starts there with the food. You agree, Ryan?
Yeah, I think you're onto something. What about the
Um,
youth?
the youth. Um, is it a problem with the youth? It is. Oh, she's a teacher, so. Uh, well, if we're gonna stick with the food topic, it's getting a little boring and dry. But uh, you know, where do the kids eat every day? At school. You know, we're serving Hungry Howie's pizza on Fridays and all this other crap, processed foods. Energy drinks. I thought of that on my own. Um, so I feel like right away you can, it doesn't have to be a salad, but maybe like less processed foods or, um, just better lunches overall, healthier lunches. But then at the same time, it's not only that; it's teaching kids how to eat right. You know, where to get their food from, um, what to eat, what not to eat, stuff like that. And I will say one of the hard parts I've noticed is like you go to the grocery store and like let's say you want some gluten-free stuff or you know what appear to be healthier items. I think it's a lot of it's just marketing bullshit. What appear to be healthier items, they're all so much more expensive, you know? And you think about the economy nowadays, I can't
You're
afford that. I can't afford the fucking gluten-free no fructose corn syrup animal crackers. I'm getting the fucking fructose animal crackers. So think about that, for kids and their parents and stuff too. You got to make that stuff more affordable. But uh, so food, eating better, uh, uh, educating properly. Um, though I feel like even doing that, I feel like educating, they're not gonna give a fuck. So that's where it gets a little tricky. You almost have to trick them into eating healthier, but that's kind of as far as I can go with knowing how to do that. Um, and then, I mean, this, Ryan, exercise. You know, are you exercising much nowadays with your
Run every
kiddo?
day. Run every day. We got a treadmill in our basement.
Yeah, exactly, right. And you got to do it, and it definitely feels like it's a lot easier now to not exercise. You know, like I just took 2 weeks off of work. I teach tennis for a living, so I kind of just get free exercise all the time. I took 2 weeks off work. I didn't do anything. I didn't exercise. I just stared at my phone. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I'm on season 7, getting towards the end of season 7. The um, well, spoiler alert. Spoiler. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, mute this really quick for like 15 seconds. I'm being serious. The dragon, the White Walkers just got a dragon and breached through the wall. Anyways,
Topic.
off topic, but it's so easy just to sit around on your ass, play video games, scroll on your phone, watch TV. Um, like
Especially for kids.
yeah, we're still talking kids here, yeah, for sure. Like just the like even just going for a fucking walk, walking to your friend's house and shit like that. I just don't know if that really happens anymore. Like we just sit. They lay in bed, then they get in the car, they sit all the way to school in the car. Then they get to school, and then they sit, and then they go home in the car. They sit, and then what do they when they get home? They sit. So I'm sorry, I'm not giving them any solutions. The solution there is just like playing sports. Um, if they're not going to be disciplined enough to like lift or exercise and stuff like that. I guess the hard part, even with that too, and I think about it with the food, is like I don't know how to convince a kid to do that. That's where I'm not sure how to do that. Um, and I wonder why, how it got to this point. I kind of I blame the boomer generation. I'm not gonna lie, I do. You know, they uh, they fucked up. So, um, what else? What else I'm trying to think. Water, drinking a lot of water. I feel like that's underrated. Like, um, yeah. Not only that, Ryan. This is bad podcasting because you can't see it unless we have the recording. Carbonated water. That's it. That's it. We just have to start serving children carbonated water. If you look at studies, carbonated water um, makes you less hungry, right? Something like that.
Mm.
What do you mean you don't know? We talked about this the other day.
I don't know.
If you look it up, carbonated water, um, like tricks your stomach into thinking I could. Now I feel like we talked about this.
I don't.
It tricks your stomach into thinking that you it somehow makes you less hungry, right? So let's start carbonating the water fountains. Let's start carbonating everything.
A carbonated water.
Carbonate everything. Then they'll just eat less and be hydrated. Right? I feel like that makes sense. So um there's if I had any of like my biggest solutions so far, that's number one on my list. It's just I can't believe it hasn't been thought of or
Carbonate the
taken.
water fountains of the schools.
Yeah.
Make the kids feel full so they starve.
Carbonate the water fountains. I mean, we could go straight to fucking Ozempic, right? But we're not gonna do that. That's probably got bad side effects. Carbonated water, you just burp a little bit,
Kids and
you know. Um, How much time do I have, Ryan?
You're good. Well, you've went over. You were on a
Oh, I
roll.
did. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, I'm good. I liked how you ended with the carbonated water fountains in schools. I think you were just getting your best material, but
I
right
was.
now, right now we're at 9 minutes.
We're at 9 minutes.
Nice job.
Thanks.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Uh, I enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to more topics. I honestly, I feel like there's more pressure on the guys picking topics than me myself, than myself. Because if you come and bring a lame topic, it's just bad for everybody. But I'll try my best.
All right. Well, good work, Gunnar. And I
Thanks.
hope anyone listening to this carbonate those drinking fountains. Drink some
Exactly.
LaCroix.
Fuck yeah.
All
LaCroix.
right. All right. Good job, Gunnar.
All right. Bye, Ryan. Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.